Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking, and we're going to be doing the October energy update video right now. Um, just a reminder, on the last energy update that I did in September, it was really speaking about through the end of the year, September, October, November, December. So just a reminder about the last update that I did. Um, Basically, the theme was that things are paying out, as in karma is balancing from now through the end of the year. So for a lot of people, that's going to look like a lot of good things coming their way finally. At the same time, a new sort of investment window is opening up now where the things that we invest ourselves into, the things that we take action towards, are going to kind of have a fertile soil to be planted in so that there's a larger payout for the things that are invested in from now to the end of the year than, say, the things you start on January 1st. So this investment window is open right now. It's actually especially true for the month of November. And I know this is the October energy update, but I want to touch on this because it's so big and so important that I actually want you to just be aware of this in advance. So, for the month of November, it's a special month. Let me tell you why. So, this is actually something that I originally channeled in February of this year. It was part of the very first Lightworker Gateway. That was February of this year. So, I'm just going to read this to you again so you can understand what's going on in November. So, the February Lightworker Gateway, it was with the dragon energies. And so I had this vision, and this is what I was saying. There's some kind of glowing grid on the earth, the ley lines of the earth. They are Earth's energy grid. The dragons sit on certain points and send energy through the grid, and certain children receive the download. Don't worry about the children part too much. So then I got all these dates that were being referenced. It was starting in July of 2007, and then it was every 13 months after that. So it was like August 2008, September 2009, and then as you get closer to the current timeline, September 2021, October 2022, and then in our case, November 2023. So all of these are 13 months apart. Sorry, I have Oliver who's like thinks this is a great time. He's in my lap, but he thinks it's a great time to chew on me. Sorry. And so every 13 months, this is when the dragons are coming and essentially sitting on these ley lines of the earth and infusing certain energies into the earth. So here's what I say. Something is happening 1 month every year. It's not just births that are affected. It's other creation-based life events. So for all of those dates, he was talking about uh, births, marriages, conception, adoption, new businesses, books being published, etc. So basically, life events also taking steps towards certain pathways or certain journeys in your life would also be the same equivalent. So the dragons sit on the energy grid points every time one of these months rolls around, every 13 months. It's like they are resuscitating the earth. The energy charge is like a pulse of energy to Earth's heart to bring her back, to bring us back. So then Metatron says, building new Earth. The energy released from the dragons is charged with blessings and possibility and manifestation. These events are charged with the energies of new Earth. It is a seed of new Earth placed into each creation that will grow and blossom and contribute in its time. The dragons are allowing for greater manifestation ability during these months, even more so than a portal, because all of the dragon energy is backing it. So, the big deal about November this year is that the entire month is like a massive manifestation period, more so than that little window of the Lionsgate portal. Remember how we made a big deal over that because it was a great manifestation time? This is more powerful than that because it's not just about the planets lining up and being energetically beneficial. This is about intention of the dragons for Earth. And this is part of a much larger plan that Metatron and the Archangels and the Galactic Alliance and all these other groups have for us. So, start a new project, start a book, start a business, start a community, start a new job. Take the first step or even the 10th step towards a goal that you have. But make sure you do it during November because it is a supercharged manifestation time. All of the Dragon Collective is behind this one. Dragons are symbolic of divine feminine energy, which is many things, including intuition and magic. So essentially, the manifestation potential behind the month of November has all of magic backing it. Think about that. So take advantage of this. The more action you take during that window, the better your outcome will be a year from now. So just to give you perspective from my own life, this window last year was October. So October last year, Susan and I started our plans for the business that we now have that is taking off like wildfire, that we are always still trying to catch up with, basically. Um, so take action, start something new during that time frame. So that's my warning so that you guys can like think about what wonderful things you can do in November. Let's talk about October though, because that's what this whole video is for. October is still a great month to take action. So don't not take action this month because you're like, oh, I gotta save it for next month. No. Start now. If you can start now, start now. And it still counts because you're going to take step 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 this month. And if you want to take step 5 and 6 next month, perfect. Just taking action towards your goals. It doesn't matter if it's necessarily the first step or not. It just matters that you're having forward movement during that time to kind of announce to the energetic world what it is you're trying to manifest. So let's see. So let's do 2 things. One, I want to talk about numerology. So I want to talk about the number 10 because October is the 10th month of the calendar year. So the number 10 carries the energy of starting anew, of change, of growth. It also carries the energy of self-sufficiency, independence, assertiveness, and being a pioneer. So this energy will be the most potent on the 10th of the month, because that'll be 10/10, October 10th. But it's really going to be just the general energy of the entire month. So think about that. Think about this is the time of we're reaping, but we're also investing. We're also sowing. We're also planning for the future right now. So I have some oracle cards and some tarot cards. I'm going to put my phone down. I pulled these cards in advance because it saves time. I'm actually going to show you the crystal cards first because it totally just tells a story. It sets the tone in a way that nothing else can. So you'll notice a theme. So I have 7 crystal cards, and these are the 7 crystals that will support you during the month of October. It's also, like I said, just going to be telling you a message about kind of what we should all be planning for. So aquamarine, go with the flow. I don't have an example of this, but let me show you these other ones so you can see where I'm going with this. So go with the flow. Fluorite, which says find peace within. And these are my examples of fluorite today. We got a purple one and we got a green one, and these are natural octahedron shapes, which it just naturally grows in this shape, which how amazing is that? So this is one of the sacred geometry shapes. So obviously it's a nice thing to have. So find peace within. Go with the flow. Soothe your soul. This is where the storyline starts becoming more clear. Empathy. And we're using rose quartz on this one, which is, um, for heart energy, for compassion. We've got, sorry, I have to like reach way over to get these cards. We've got Larimar for perspective. And then the last one we have is spirit quartz for healing. So these and this is an aura spirit quartz, so that's why it has like that rainbow color to it. Normally these don't have that rainbow on it. But all of these cards together, they're telling a story that essentially we are going to, as a collective, there's going to be some heart healing going on this month. There's going to be some trauma regarding the heart that's going to be healing this month. Oh, I forgot one. Create your own luck, which this one's a reference to it being a fertile time to manifest. These other ones I've shown you, I feel, are talking about, look, empathy and perspective. What I'm sensing is that we're going to have some interpersonal conflicts this month. We're going to have things coming up this month that are relationship based conflicts. Could be with friends, could be with your parents, could be with anyone. And that we're being asked to be compassionate, to take a higher perspective, to have empathy for the place that the other person is currently at. But it's also talking about soothe your soul and find peace within. This is talking about like us healing our own wounding so that we can have better communication with people, so that we aren't so triggered. Healing. So yeah, so just the crystal cards coming up. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be one of those months where maybe there's a little conflict and there's a little arguments and there's some things coming up, and it's coming up so we can heal it. And it's annoying and it's frustrating, but it's an opportunity for us to show how far we've come. It's an opportunity for us to put into practice things that we know are in our best interests. Um, and just to practice that heart energy. And you'll notice like so many of these, we got a lot of blue for like calm and peace and harmony, and we've got a lot of the green and the pink for like heart energy. So it's really coming back to the heart over and over again. All right, so I'm going to push these aside. By the way, the two decks that I used in order to show you those crystal cards are these two guys right here. Put those over. Metatron wants me to start here. I don't have a lot of cards per deck, But I was laughing when I was pulling these cards because I was like, he's just repeating the messages over and over and over again. Um, this one, okay, and then this one, okay. Um, this tarot deck. The reason it's so perfect for me, since I don't read tarot cards, so I don't know if you can see. So this is the Temperance card, which I don't know a thing about. Got to be honest. But the cool thing about these tarot cards is they actually have words that are referencing kind of the main themes of each card. So this one's Temperance, and the words that come up are guidance, healing, moderation, and balance. So this real, I mean, temperance, right? I guess for me, the word healing really jumped out since I had just pulled this card that talked about healing, and also balance, healing and balance. This is the Two of Pentacles. And this card says harmony, balance. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize the word balance was on both of these. That's crazy. Harmony, balance, harmony, balance, harmony. I literally can't even make this up. Look at, can you see the words on this? It literally just says harmony and balance all the way around her. So, harmony, we were just talking about peace within, having balanced emotions, balanced thoughts, balanced reactions to our emotions. And then this last one is the Queen of Cups. And around her, it says intuition, compassion, creativity. Yeah, intuition, compassion, creativity. So it just feels like the compassion card is part of it because we were just talking about compassion towards others. The intuition and the creativity, though, this plays into what we are going to be manifesting for the rest of the year. Because intuition and creativity, those are both divine feminine traits. So it's kind of calling back to that dragon message that I just told you about. Okay. Let's see what else he has. And Oliver has fallen asleep on the cards. So I'm just going to pull them out from under him. Good night, baby. Go back to bed. He's so mad. This is the next deck they're going to be looking at. Do you want this one first? Okay. I'm just going to show you and then I'll read it. So it says cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. The things the things that are not working for us in our life, this is probably the stuff that's going to really come up into our consciousness this month. Remember when I was showing you the crystal cards, I was talking about having like interpersonal conflicts. Well, those conflicts are probably going to be the things that we've always known there's something not quite balanced, not quite right there. Maybe we're just kind of ignoring it. And now it's coming to the forefront and it's coming as a big enough problem that we have to do something about it one way or another. Surrender to the alchemy of life. Life is about change. Life is about that constant movement. So everything needs to constantly move and constantly change, even if, let's say it's like a particular relationship. Even within that relationship, even if you have that person in your life your whole life, the dynamics of that relationship should be growing and changing and improving It shouldn't be a stagnant thing. It's not meant to be a stagnant thing. Yeah. Weight of the world. So if you've got a interpersonal relationship that feels like a burden, feels like you're struggling to keep your head above the water, saying boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. So if you're struggling to keep your head above the water in a relationship, it's meant to sink, right? It's meant to go down. It shouldn't be a struggle. You shouldn't be the only one struggling for it. And a lot of times there are things in the world that we think we really want, and we work really hard for this very specific thing that we think it is what we want, and we think it's what's right for us. And if no matter how hard we try, it's just not working out, it's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of the fact that that doorway you're trying so hard to get through is not your door. This could be a business venture, this could be a romantic relationship. If you try to force something and you keep trying and you keep trying and you keep trying, and you're being very reasonable and you're trying so many different ways to make this thing work, and it's just not happening. There's a reason for that. The doors that belong to you open pretty easily. And obviously, sometimes there are things in life that we have to work hard for to get to. But at some point, you will have tried everything for a very, very long time and you're not getting anywhere. And it's because it's not your door. Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. This reminds me of the Lightworker Gateway that will be open for most of October. And it'll probably be open by the time you guys get this video. And so that the focus of that one was actually on the Earth Star chakra. And it was basically us needing this intense grounding and this intense connection to all that is and to our planet in order to allow us to be more light. So it's almost like contradictory, where it's like we need maximum grounding to do maximum light output. And so that is what this is making me think of. He says, yes. Okay. Many masks, the authentic self. This just feels like a continued peeling back of all the layers of ourselves through conflict. So through the difficulties, through being triggered, refining more of who we are and who we want to be, and showing more of who we are on a soul level versus who we are based on how the world identifies us as a human being. Okay. He's good with that. Goes down. No, this one? Okay. One of Metatron's favorite decks, the Shaman's Dream Oracle. No. No. Yes. Okay. Was it on? I thought it was more cards than that. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Okay. And just being drawn to the water and the word overflow and the association with water with emotion and how we've been talking about there might be a lot of maybe emotions that are coming up this month. We're going to need to be mindful of that balance and perspective that they were bringing up earlier because if we're able to stay balanced and if we're able to maintain a higher perspective on our situations, we're going to feel like we have plenty. If we don't have perspective and balance, there's a good chance that this is going to feel overwhelming. He's saying, take a step back, is what I heard him say. Take a step back. So it's almost like don't get sucked in to the argument, don't get sucked into the back and forth. Pause. Use your intuition. Use that higher vantage point because where's that card? Where's that card? You don't want to make decisions from this vantage point. It's like you can't see anything. You're like, I feel overwhelmed. You need to be in a balanced emotional space when you make decisions. Because if you're taking action on emotions, taking actions based on emotions and nothing else, and you're just going with the moment, that's normally when things go bad. So, okay. Oh, well, if I had just moved the cards along, I would have seen. What did he tell me? He said, take a step back, deep quiet. It's like get out of the chaos, go to meditation and stillness, connect with that purple color and that magenta color, those intuition, those higher thinking colors, the purple of the crown, the soul star I actually see as magenta personally. So we'll say magenta soul star. Yeah, getting into those higher. It's like they highlighted it. Top of the head is lit up. Getting into those higher thought processes, and then when you're thinking from this higher perspective, from your crown chakra, then what you output out of your hands. See, the hand is lit up. Remember, from the heart out the from through the arms out the hands. What you output will be high vibrational. But you got to tap into it first. This is interesting. So, this is the second time that the word surrender has come up. And he's showing me that, okay, the surrender part is tied into the people who are resisting change in a certain place in their life. So maybe it's you're trying to push down that door and get through that doorway that's not yours. Maybe it's just, yeah, he's like, You keep trying, you keep trying, you keep trying. It's not working. It's not working. It's still not working. Surrender to it changing. Surrender to the alchemy of life. Because by continuing to try to take the same action over and over again to try to fix the same problem, you're not getting anywhere, and energetically you're stagnating it. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. You have to keep energy flowing to be healthy, just like in your body, just like in your home. It's all the same everywhere. As within, so without, as above, so below. It's all the same. So we have to keep the energy moving. So surrender to change. I mean, whatever this, there's like butterflies in this. Butterflies, right? Symbols of transformation, symbols of cycle, right? The butterfly life cycle. It's an egg, it's a larva, it's a butterfly. Change. Surrender to the change. This one? Oh, he changed the order. That's so funny. Okay. Got two more decks. This one is next. Okay. So for those conflicts that are going to be coming up this month, your differences might be what's causing the conflict, but it shouldn't be. We need the differences. We need the people who are the sun and the light, and we need the people who are the mystery and the moon. Like, we need all of it. So you might be coming into conflict with someone who doesn't have your same perspective on life, but their perspective is needed too. We need the diversity to come up with the best truth, because the truth is a little bit of both. And it's almost like a cautionary tale against binary thinking, right? Right or wrong, left or right, this way or that way. Nope. The truth, the best answer is somewhere in between. I'm going to show you both of these. So we've got presence, we've got tools. And it's like for those conflicts, he's telling us, you have tools, you know how to handle this, you know how to do this. You need to be conscious. You need to be present in the moment and not have that knee jerk reaction that's emotional. You need to pause. You need to breathe this out and think this through and make the choice that's best for you. But don't unconsciously come into conflicts or anything, because that's how we stay stuck in the same patterns, is unconsciously knee jerk reaction for things. We have to be present to change it. All right, this is the last deck that Metatron has chosen. Do you want this one? Do you want this one? Do you want this one? You want that one? Okay. This is going to be a month where community is really important. So this does tie back somewhat to the Lightworker Gateway conversation or message that came through, where they were talking about feeling part of the community, um, and not just feeling part of the community, but recognizing that we are part of not just humanity, that we are very tightly connected to humanity, but we are very tightly connected to all of the galactic community. And being aware of that and seeing it as a tapestry and seeing it as something where we do impact each other, we do affect each other. We are all in this together. We are valuable players in this. It's important for us as light workers to foster that community situation now as much as possible, to join groups or find other individuals or find people on YouTube or do whatever it is we need to do to start feeling more connected to this light worker community, because it feels really, really lonely. It feels really lonely because most people, when they wake up and they realize that they are a light worker or they're realizing just the truth of the spiritual world slowly, piece by piece, it feels really lonely because most other people in our lives probably haven't come to that conclusion and maybe aren't anywhere near coming to that conclusion, or maybe they never will come to that conclusion. So it can feel really isolating to be like, wow, I have this experience or I have this knowledge and this is like life changing, this is game changing. Most people have no idea about this. It's a very, obviously, you guys know, it's a very isolating feeling, very lonely feeling. But that's not the truth of it. The truth of it is that tons of people are awake already. Tons more are going to be waking up. It's just a matter of us being kind of the first part of the first big group that's starting to figure this out and starting to link up with each other. So make sure that you are taking steps to connect as best as you can to others who are sharing in this journey with you, because it's necessary. This is the light worker journey is not a solo journey. There's no way to do this all by yourself. I mean, obviously you can read up on lots of stuff. There's a lot of growth that you can have on your own, but ultimately at the end of the day, you're meant to be united with the rest of us, to feel supported, to feel encouraged, to be able to find answers quicker than if you just struggle through it on your own. It's basically like all the light workers, we are like the living encyclopedia or living library of everything that's going on spiritually in the world right now. And so we need to all connect to each other so that we can pass around all this information to each other so we can all be up to date. Otherwise, one person over here has something and one person over there has something. But we need to link up. And this is what we need in order to link up with each other is courage. A lot of times people are so used to feeling like they don't belong because as a light worker, your entire life you felt different. You were not accepted. You could not fit in. There was always some amount of you not belonging because everyone else you were around was, uh, I don't want to say a lower vibration, but perhaps they have a different purpose for being here. And so they were not ever in tune with the things that you came here to do. So, learning about the spiritual world, learning about your guides, learning about archangels and all these different things, it feels like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting, or this feels like home, or this feels like, or learning about these galactic groups. It's like something about it feels right. Something about it feels familiar. Something about it feels like, man, I've been waiting for this my whole life because you have. Um, so if you have that, if you're so conditioned to feel like, I don't belong, I shouldn't even bother, I shouldn't even try reaching out, like that's not what we want. We need the courage to link up with other people because we need to build that community. And this is his overall message for this month. Metatron is saying, we are moving forward. Good things are happening. The road is leading to the beautiful golden sun. It's a voyage, it's a journey, it's an adventure. This image, I mean, look at that. Is that not like the most magical thing? So, one, blue whales are like incredibly magical in my mind because there's that galactic ocean realm that I have seen where I saw like the blue whales like swimming through the cosmos the way they do the ocean. So this is very reminiscent of that because look, they're out of the water. We got that full moon. And those blue whales, every time I've seen them, whether I've seen them in the galactic ocean realm or whether I've seen them on Sirius B, the water planet, where they would like use their song to maintain the high vibration of the planet, they're always like I said this before, they're like the Mother Mary energy of the universe. Like they are just so peaceful, so calming, so soothing. So it's a voyage that we're on. It's an adventure. Metatron saying he's the big whale. He is the big whale and we are the little whale. And it's like the little whale is going on the adventure, but the big whale is making sure the little whale is protected. It's getting where it needs to go. It's like getting this huge escort on its journey. And so that's like us with our guides. We're like the little kids having an adventure here on Earth. And Metatron's like, I know where we're going. I know how to get there. I will protect you as we get from here to there. Okay. This is everything I have for you for the message. And so, just as a reminder for October, this is a great period to be investing in. Be mindful of your heart energy this month. Be mindful of conflicts with others and making sure that we're healing our own traumas so we don't kind of bring those to the table and just being compassionate and empathetic with others and kind of the struggles they're going through at this time as well. So that's everything I have for you guys. I will see you next time. Bye bye.